Hey, what's up guys and gals, my name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about I Love Lucy, more specifically on a poll question which I did on my YouTube community page, and we're going to see what your guys and gals answers were. I want to thank everyone for liking, commenting, and subscribing to a lot of these videos, helping to support them, especially during these tough times for us YouTubers. It really does mean a lot. Thank you so much. Stay tuned because you're going to be able, hopefully, maybe to see your comments in this video, and we're going to see, well, what is the best quote-unquote era of I Love Lucy? Let's get right into the question. Now, the question that I asked was, which I Love Lucy era of episodes did you enjoy the most? The way that I sectioned everything off is I put the early I Love Lucy season 1 and 2 episodes together. That is a different style, the ones with the pregnancy episodes. Then secondly, at the second New York apartment, I was very specific about that as opposed to the first one. The second one, just a reminder, is the one with that big window in the background, the one with the extra room for little Ricky. Then it's all in chronological order, of course. Then we have the Hollywood episodes, which took place in LA, according to the story. Then when they went to Europe, and finally the Connecticut ones. Now, over 1,000 people, guys and gals, 1,000 people voted in this poll. It is the most answered poll I've done since in a video, so I'm very appreciative of that. And I was kind of surprised by the results. We have close to a tie between the second New York apartment episodes and the Hollywood ones. I would say that personally those are my two favorites. Then we have, continuing after that, with a distant third in the 21% range, the early pregnancy and the early season 1 I Love Lucy episodes. Then almost in a tie that comes all the way at the end is the Europe and the Connecticut episodes. The Connecticut episodes edging the European ones out. And I was very surprised that Europe was last. I thought the Connecticut ones would be the last, but by 1% they won out. So I think that's pretty significant. A lot of big fans of I Love Lucy are on my channel, and so I take these very, very seriously because you guys and gals know this show, you know the episode. So very interesting results. Now let's look at some of the comments that give us more specifics. Just like in previous episodes, we'll look at the top liked comment. That comes from Paul Testa. He says, definitely the Hollywood episodes, but in my view, the canon of Hollywood episodes includes all of the pre-departure episodes. So the screen test, contract, buying the car, those are the names of the episodes, and all the on the road episodes. Bent Fork, Albuquerque. He really enjoyed the continuity and serial nature of these episodes. The audience invested themselves to tune in every single week. Plus, growing up in the New York metro area back in the 70s, I had the same desire to drive cross-country out to Hollywood. These episodes glamorized Hollywood when it was still in its golden years. And I think that's so true, Paul. Every time I watch those episodes, I feel like all of the Hollywood era stars are alive, it's happening. It's just like a pure, clean, exciting feel whenever I watch the Hollywood episodes. And I think a lot of people share that sentiment as well. David says, although there hasn't been an I Love Lucy season I didn't like, the beginning seasons were my favorites as they were fresh and innovative for their time. And they really were. I mean, the chocolate episodes, we're talking about Lucy with the mustache. There's so many great moments, the audition, and these were just simply not really a thing before, especially in the early era of television. They were a bit on My Favorite Husband, some of the scripts and so forth, but it was really innovative at the time. He continues, however, my favorite episode overall was Home Movies, which I believe was in season 3. You're absolutely correct, David. It is my favorite as well. Christopher with a great comment saying, you really should have an all the above choice. But then again, if you did, that would get all the votes. And that's absolutely right. I try to avoid the all of the above because it doesn't really commit an individual to one answer, which is what I want. I get more answers and what people like, of course. It helps for the polls. But I definitely know what you mean. And you end with for corn's sake, which is something that Fred used to say so often. I love it. Hopefully I'm saying this correctly. Lost Cause. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. It's a pretty cool name. Best episodes sprinkled throughout the series. And I really like that, Lost, because you don't only pick from one season. You're trying to let us know that there are very many good episodes from all across seasons. So Lucy hires an English tutor. That is, of course, season 1. Lucy and John Wayne, season 5. Lucy and Harper Marx. That is, I believe, season 4. Lucy and Superman, 6. Vitamina Benjamin, 1. Job Switching, first episode, season 2. Lucy's Italian Movie, we're talking about season 5. Lucy Gets a Paris Gown, also season 5. So that's really, really cool. Just picking out these favorites of yours and seeing that they're from throughout the series. I do want to let you know that I do post very different type of comments here, not just certain ones that fit a certain box. So even people that disagree with the poll question or even the show, like Mike Brown, who says, how about none of them? I wasn't born when the show was originally on the air, but growing up in the 70s through 80s, I always thought it was a stupid show and found it extremely irritating every time Lucy started crying. Desi and the rest of the cast were irritating too. Let me know what you think in the comments below, everyone. Gracie Caitlin says, I personally loved all but Hollywood and Pregnancy. They were just the best. So specifically, you like all of it, but Hollywood and pregnancy stuff. I would agree that those are very, very strong story points throughout I Love Lucy, and I think they did very well relaying them on screen. NYC says, each season felt like a little different in my opinion. The first one or two seasons were great, getting to know the characters, and I felt like they were trying to learn their characters as well and really take their traits and such. Season 3 and 4, they felt so much more comfortable in who they were and what the characters portrayed. 5 and 6 were nice to watch, and tons of episodes stand out, but I feel like they were totally different from the beginning 4 seasons, and many people have stated that. Winston McGill saying something a little bit different, none of the above. I know Lucille Ball was an icon, but personally, I was never a fan of hers. Chad Baxter says, we all know what Rick likes, all the European ones. LOL, laugh out loud. Now what's great to notice is that I do love the European ones. They're not my favorites. There are really good episodes in my opinion. I'm a huge fan, of course, of the Hollywood ones and of the season 3 episodes. Divine to be different. I'm not really fond of the earlier episodes, that is, I'm guessing the season 1 episodes, because I feel like they were trying to figure out the show and what direction they wanted to go. My favorite are after Baby Ricky, but I love when they moved to Connecticut. I think many fans would agree with Fashion Sisters 101, who says, can I just pick all of them? Here are a couple rapid fire ones. Probably the best sitcom ever. I voted for The Second Apartment, even though my favorite episode is where they're flying home from Europe and Lucy tries to disguise the cheese log as a baby. Original Sin says, these polls are great, congratulations. I believe that after a thoughtful poll of my own, Season 1 introduced us to all the characters, great. Season 2 introduced the baby, yay. Season 4 was Hollywood and those cameos. Season 5 was Europe, hilarity ensues. And Season 6, the country owning a home in their 30s. Ricky and Lucy were 30, quote unquote, at the time their characters were, that is. The Season 3, they just had a lot of fun, and so did we watching them. So Season 3 is my go-to and my favorite, and I love it at the end. Be hopeful. Tilly Mae Kirk says, the drive to California and the episodes that followed. The episode in California with John Wayne and his footprints was my favorite, I think. I would wholeheartedly agree he's my favorite. That is actor cameo on the show. I absolutely loved it. He was so great sitting on a curler. And the best comment, I mean, look at how many likes it has. One word needed, and that's Vitamina Benjamin. Everyone, I think, that loves Lucy pretty much loves that episode. And if they don't, there are so many that we love and enjoy. Everyone seems to love this show. Thank you so much for participating in the poll. Hopefully you like videos like this. I made a previous one on the Twilight Zone. I do want to make more because I do want to bring you guys and gals into my videos a little bit so you can see your comments in the videos, but then do my usual content as well. I think it's a nice change of pace for everyone. We'll see you next time, and don't forget, guys and gals, be hopeful. Thank you so much to my Diamond tier patrons, Gary N, David D, Paul T, and Ricky. If you want to be named here in the credits, make sure to look at the link in the description, and you'll be able to receive more exclusive giveaways only on Patreon. We'll see you next time.